Yeah, here's the clutch slave cylinder I got in. I got it from Rottweiler Performance, so I'll be installing it. I have very limited mechanical experience, but it should be a pretty easy thing to do. Hopefully it's got instructions in here, which I already cut it open. So I'll take a look on that and see. It's got the, obviously the slave cylinder, and I guess hopefully a better seal. I guess that's the issue. My slave cylinder has not gone out on my bike, actually, not yet. So, also came with a very, looks like flimsy little paper gasket. Hopefully it does what it needs to do, though. Some washers with seal. I think that's what that is. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Washers with some seals. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So it's got an instruction sheet, thank God, because otherwise I was just going to be winging it, which I'll probably end up doing anyways because I'm a slow reader and I don't like to read. Most men try to install things without instructions first, and then once we fail and make it worse, we go back and redo it with instructions. So if you ever wonder why it actually takes longer than it's supposed to, it's because we don't just use the instructions right off the bat. Yeah, but it's going on a, I don't know if you can see this. Going to be installing it on the svartpilen, the 701 version, not the 401. I don't know if it's the same or not. This is a 2019. I think it's the same for the 2020 as well. I don't know if they have a 2021 version or not, but also, hey, they gave me a cup holder, or some kind of drink holder. I don't know why, but I guess it helps you while you're spending time installing it. Alright, this little booger right here, this is your, I believe this is your hydraulic line, excuse me, coming into the itty bitty slave cylinder. So I'm gonna have to remove the sprocket, or not the sprocket guard, I believe, and hopefully that's it. And then we should be able to get to it. Yeah. So I'll have to remove, you can see, the sprocket guard. Looks like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. 3 bolts. I'm sure I'll end up finding more while I'm working on it. But, yeah, they'll take a, it's probably going to end up being a 10mm socket. I could be wrong. Okay, I was totally wrong. It ended up being this, I don't know if you can see it, 8mm. If you don't trust, take my word for it. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, no, very little torque on those for when I put it back on. Make sure you don't lose them, hang on to them. Hopefully I don't have to take a lot off of this, like I said. Yeah, my chain don't look too bad. But I did throw some gear oil everywhere around it, though. Alright. So, slave cylinder, literally right behind there. Let's look at this one. Looks like it's going to be held on by 3 bolts. Yeah, you got 1, and these are going to be Torx bits. So I'll have to figure out what size they are. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and it'll, let's see. Actually, when I take that off, this little guard or guide, whatever you want to call it, will come off too, probably, looks like. So, yeah, this whole guide will come off, and then it'll give you easy. Yeah, this is a really easy job. The hardest part is just finding your tools. Actually, it is a Torx, but it's also a hex, and it's a 8mm as well, so all you should need is this 8mm socket, or if you got a wrench. It'd be better to have a socket though to reach down in here, make it a lot easier job, that's for sure. Let's see, yeah. I'm just gonna loosen these up because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to. Probably need something to catch the fluid, but I'm not really too worried about it, to be honest. I'll just put new in and bleed it if I have to. It's not that big a deal. A little more torque on that one. The others didn't have as much. Whoops. These guides should come off here. I'm going to clean this up too because that's nasty looking from the chain lube, gear oil, whatever you want to call it. Which this bike is barely broken. I got a little bit over 1,000 miles on it, so which actually you will need a wrench to remove the clutch hose, the hydraulic line. Alright, this right here is actually, I believe it's an 11 millimeter, this the fitting here, but I don't have that, so 7/16 will work, should work, I hope. Let's make sure I'm twisting it the right way. Lefty loosey, right? Oh, whoops. I should have loosened this first, shouldn't I? Also, I got a little cup down here, but let's see, there ain't no other bolt on here, I don't think. Should just come right out. No problem. Uh-oh. Some kind of shaft. Yeah, I know. Rod, whatever. Yes. Luckily that gasket came off nice and easy. I'll put a new one on though. Setting this cup down here to try to catch some of that fluid. Not really that much came out though. Should actually. Maybe it's this way. No. Yeah, you should loosen this line up first, to be honest. But luckily I have gorilla hand strength. I'm kidding, I don't, obviously. Yeah, that's why I should read the instructions first instead of being such a dummy. Let's see. Yeah, that should be to loosen it up this way. Oh. Whoa. Yeah, okay. It should just come right off. If I had gloves, my fingers got slick. Covered in fluid, lube, some kind. Hydraulic fluid. Just pull up out of there. Yeah. Okay. Take these back off. Actually. Whoops. Taking a look at this. Trying to see, this is the stock one. I can't tell. I mean, I know people say it's a matter of time before they go, but actually this don't look horrible, to be honest. But better safe than sorry, because I don't want to get out and get stranded. But also I try not to let my bike get hot when I'm riding too. I'm very self-conscious of it, at least. Just trying to get a closer look. I wonder if they got an upgraded one. Because they don't seem that bad, to be honest. Oh well. Got a new one somewhere. Got a towel here. Swap my hands off. Is there any special instructions? Clutch slave cylinder has been pre-assembled. Please ensure the new gasket fitted prior to fastening the unit to the engine. Need to retain and use the original bolts. Do blah blah bearing. Sure. Lightly oil the rubber diaphragm before inserting slave cylinder in the bike. Very important that you do not force this seal, as any tears or rips could cause the unit to malfunction. The pipe and bleed nipple can now be removed from original cylinder and attached to the new one. Okay. Which I ain't got very much fluid. I was hoping I'd have enough here bleed off to use to lube this, which I guess I will, but yeah, putting a little, I mean, it doesn't take much now, you know. Put that on. Really what I need to do. Yeah. Yeah.
These are my flares right here.
Okay.
We need to move Tanner. That one white one come out.
Okay.
They want to know if you'd be interested in taking care of the cemetery all the time.
I mean, I think no. You got to kind of come up from the bottom and over, and it goes in real easy. And then if I can get the gasket lined up right. Yeah. Make sure that everything seats the way it's supposed to. Let's see. I can't tell if it is or not. Let's pull this plug out. I should have done that before I put this on here. And I probably should have at least tried to get this started before I put it on here. Yeah, just get it started. Yep, started, went in good, so. Yeah, if you didn't know, I'm wiping this thing off. Trying to get that grease off. Let's get into the motor, whatever. Yeah. Okay. And this one goes up here. It is just, yeah, this one right should be go through pretty easy. This one had more torque on it. This one, I'm not going to torque it down till these other ones in pretty good though. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Talking to somebody?
Yep. My invisible friend on the other side of the screen, hopefully. They're the only friends I got.
I know the feeling.
These take.
Good to have somebody you can depend on.
I don't know if I can depend on them, but maybe. Got my new slave cylinder almost on here. I just got it to, well, first off, I'm gonna have to, you know, make sure it's on there good. This other one didn't look bad though, but if this slave cylinders is, you know, the stock one is as bad as everybody thinks. You look at it, see if it looked like.
Why? Can you tell me about it?
I mean, because I think what happens is this, where it gets hot, the seal breaks down or something. And I don't see any signs of that. Not really. You can look at it.
I don't know. Like I say, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, you do. You've worked on brakes and stuff, and this ain't no different, really. A little bit, but I mean, it's just an itty bitty slave cylinder, you know. I was surprised how small it was.
When I do it.
Mm-hmm. I'll set it down. Hopefully that's not good. Wow, this slave cylinder, I'm telling you, this part alone took a bike that was ugly. This bike is hideous, but man, as soon as I put this on here, this bike is just drop dead gorgeous. I mean, bam, awesome. Yeah, I didn't see any problems with my slave cylinder, but I wonder if there's an updated one out there. Actually, what I will say though, this little gasket's already having issues, but the actual seal itself I don't see anything wrong with the seal. Well, never mind. There is a little kind of indentation there, but could become a problem over time, but you know, nothing crazy. But like I said, better safe than sorry. Better follow the trend of what everybody tells you, because if you think for yourself, you're just a dummy. You are a dummy if you use your own brain. Just let me tell you. Just follow the trend. Yeah, trying to wipe this plastic sprocket cover off a little bit. You know, to be a premium bike, this thing should not have it should have a better, I'm not saying the sprocket cover is bad, but I think they would have used a better material. Should have. I don't even know if I need to put this back on. Well, actually, I better not. I'm gonna bleed this thing. Try to make sure there ain't no air in it. There shouldn't be. And I might top it off, put just a tad bit of fuel in it, because I didn't really lose any, to be honest. I mean, I lost a few drops, but not much. So I don't even think it needs bled. Well, okay. I have no fingernails, so I can't get this sucker off. Alright, like I said, I got that on there, back in there. The hydraulic line tightened up. Finally, I had to pull that cap off. I had to get some pliers because it was on there good. And then unscrew it so I could bleed it. And then filled it up in this itty bitty little reservoir. And that was extremely hard pouring .4 in that. But the clutch feels... The feel is so much better than stock. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels more linear and solid, which I know. I haven't rode it, but it definitely has a better feel to it. It feels smooth and linear. Like it gets tighter pulled in here than out here. Loose, but not like too loose, like it's got tension. So it's good. So yeah. That's the oberon, however you say it. Clutch cylinder for the Svartpilen 701, and it looks amazing. If you zoom in on this bike just looks like a whole nother animal. People zoom in and see that and they're like, yeah, I'm not messing with this dude on this bike.